A motorcade of white cars and thousands of weeping female fans standing along the road leading to Forest Hill Cemetery. This is what August 18, 1977 looked like in Memphis, Tennessee, USA. Just 2 days earlier, the media had brought the devastating news. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, was dead. Although the singer had visibly declined over the past few years, and his swollen face only remotely resembled the features of the young man who was considered a sex symbol just a decade earlier. 80,000 mourners gathered outside his Graceland mansion that day. Everyone was aware that the music world had just lost one of its brightest stars. Elvis Presley was born on January 8, 1935 in the small town of Tupelo, Mississippi, and later moved with his family to Memphis. From an early age, he was very close to his mother, which often made him a target of ridicule. In addition, he was extremely shy. But that changed when he got his first guitar at the age of 11. While he wished he had more of a bike, he still started strumming songs of various genres in the evenings. From country to pop to gospel tunes he knew from church. But it was the 1940s. America was in the throes of racial segregation, and being a white guy playing black songs down south seemed a little out of place. But little Elvis didn't care. After school, Elvis starts working at Crown Electric to help his parents pay the bills. They're extremely poor. They belong to a social group pejoratively called white trash, and they are not on the streets just because of the social housing they have been allocated by the city. But Elvis is not giving up on music. In August '53, he gathers courage and comes to the local music company Sun Records, saying he would like to record 2 songs for $4. When the receptionist on arrival curiously asks what genre he plays, Elvis replies, "I play all kinds of music and I sound like nobody else." Success doesn't come right away either, and it takes a while for company boss Sam Phillips to realize that Elvis is exactly what he's looking for. A white boy who can sing with the same phrasing and passion as black musicians. Meanwhile, Elvis begins to perform at local concerts, and his first well-known recordings are made. For example, a cover of the blues song, "That's All Right." It is first heard in early July 1954 on local radio station WHBQ and causes a frenzy. The phones on the radio keep ringing, and people are unanimously demanding one thing: play it again. In the next 2 hours, they play the Elvis recording a total of 14 times. And the song becomes an overnight hit. I'm leaving town, baby. I'm leaving town to show. Well, then you won't be bothered with me hanging around your door, but that's all right. By the beginning of '55, Elvis is already a regional star. Girls from Tennessee to West Texas go wild when the handsome singer launches his provocative dance on stage. Because of his erotic moves, some even begin to call him Elvis the Pelvis, and point out that his performances are definitely the cause of higher juvenile crime rates. But the exuberant female fans apparently don't mind his moves. It is also at this time that Tom Parker, a savvy promoter who will relentlessly decide every Elvis engagement for the rest of his life, takes over. He is the one who, in a matter of months, will turn the poor boy into a celebrity of gigantic proportions. Elvis performs in concert, releases an album bearing his name that stays at the top of the charts for 10 weeks, and appears on television. He also pursues his dream of starring in a film. After his 1956 debut Love Me Tender, more films follow, always accompanied by a more or less successful soundtrack.
Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will.
And although critics rate these films more as trash than anything else, in terms of attendance, they are box office blockbusters. Even with Hollywood's income, Elvis can afford to buy a luxurious 23-room mansion called Graceland. At just 22, he is fulfilling a promise he made to his parents as a young boy. that one day they would not have to work. But his brilliant career is interrupted at the end of 1957 by an army conscription order that takes him out of the world of show business for 2 years. Elvis spends much of the war in Friedberg, Germany near Frankfurt, where, in addition to serving his country, he tries the stimulant drug amphetamine for the first time. His commanding officer recommends it as a great way to fight fatigue and excess pounds. He also has a fateful encounter with Priscilla Beaulieu, only 14 years old, the stepdaughter of an American colonel. She, despite her young age, later follows him to America and becomes his girlfriend. But she does not spend much time with her partner. After the war, Elvis continues to make films, which, despite their monotony and drabness, are responsible for title songs such as Are You Lonesome Tonight? Or Can't Help Falling in Love.
If I can't help falling in love with you.
At the beginning of 1967, Elvis marries Priscilla, and although they have a daughter, Lisa Marie, a year later, it is not an idyllic family life, and he feels lost, unhappy, and unfulfilled. Moreover, he hasn't performed at all since arriving from Germany, so when the opportunity comes to film a Christmas concert for television, he sees it as a chance to return to the music scene. What NBC eventually broadcast on the 3rd of December 1968 was far from a Christmas show, thanks to the distinctive approach of director Steve Binder. Even so, people immediately began talking about the now legendary performance as Presley's great comeback. He later told the director, "Steve, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life." His manager Tom Parker commits Elvis to a long run of 57 concerts in Las Vegas to make the most out of the reignited audience. And despite being nervous about how fans will receive his first live show in nearly 9 years, he's got that old sparkle back in his eye.
Wise men say only fools rush in. Oh, but I can't help falling in love with.
Then, when he takes the stage on July 31st, he's got an unforgettable show lined up for the 2,200 people in the audience. He may not dance as furiously as he did in the 1950s, but he still sings uniquely and makes up for his lack of verve with an original outfit. The audience, which includes many celebrities, gives him a long standing ovation at the end, and a few dozen minutes later, at a press conference, one of the journalists calls him the King of Rock and Roll for the first time. It's a nickname he still holds to this day.
And now the end is near, so I face.
Elvis's reign on the music scene was not to last long. His last big success came with Aloha from Hawaii in 1973. The show has been broadcast by satellite to 40 countries, bringing Elvis fans from Japan to New Zealand to the Philippines to their TV screens. Along with Europeans and Americans who can watch the concert on tape, an incredible 1 billion viewers will see Elvis. Elvis continues to perform in Las Vegas, but the hectic lifestyle is taking its toll. His health is severely compromised, and his divorce from Priscilla is not helping. He's been popping a ridiculous cocktail of pills, and at 40, looks at least 10 years older. He's swollen, often leaning wearily on the microphone on stage, and often his lyrics are not even understandable. And although people keep coming to his concerts, The exhausted singer, crammed into an ill-fitting costume, resembles a caricature far more than a king. When Elvis Presley collapses in the bathroom of his Graceland mansion on August 16, 1977, doctors determine the cause of death to be cardiac arrest. Years of drug abuse and poor lifestyle choices have finally taken their toll. But one last time, albeit posthumously, Elvis Presley will be remembered by the world. Immediately after radio and television stations report his death, thousands of fans from all over America flock to Memphis to say their final goodbyes to their idol. The most ardent fans even refuse to believe that Elvis has actually died. They are convinced that he lives on, and at least symbolically they are right.